Thugje from Ladakh. This is another episode of Peakbagging Ladakh, a team of two strong hikers who wish to do Mount Thugje. We are at close to 4,750 meters and we have to go all the way to 6,100 some change. Hope for a good climb on this one. So for Thugje Peak, we'll have to stick to the center of the dry valley for the first 4 kilometers. Pretty straightforward. Starting our hike at 8:16 a.m. Initial section of this trail is pretty gradual, but you are still above 5,000 meters. It takes a lot of effort. So these small green patches of moss and grass, I've marked this as a campsite at 5,250 meters. The stream is a little frozen and a nice landscape. We're getting closer to the peak now. Now it's a pretty bright sunny day, strong sun, so you can see that the layers have come off. Hiking in one single layer t-shirt. Now the beauty of this valley is that there's ample of potable water, drinking water. Even in the last week of September, we're getting higher, nice and slow. We're very close to 5,600 meters now. We have another 600 meters to climb. The landscape is pretty silent. There's no wind. Up close to 5,800 meters. Started to become a little windy. We have now less than 350 meters of climb left, and just speaking for like 30 seconds will just make you go out of breath at this altitude. Don't expect a trail here, but whatever I'll map, I'll make sure that it is still the most efficient route to hike up. It's not going to be easy. So yeah, make sure that you're very well acclimatized and you're very fit. In the last 3 hours 43 minutes, exactly at 12 p.m. we have touched down 6,000 meters. We have gained some 1236 meters and we have covered a distance of 5.72 kilometers in the last 3 hours 45 minutes. Yeah, almost there. Jule. Nicely done. Here at Thugje, me 4 hours 5 minutes. So now we're at the peak and we have made this sort of a ritual where we bring these prayer flags and we try to put them up as a sign of gratitude. We tie them and put some stones so that it stays. But it's a pretty big stick. Wonder who would have bought it. Bringing the body itself is a challenge, but carrying a stick would require more effort. Very nice. This is Thugje, and then I think we'll sit here for a while, take some aerial shots, both the lakes of Tso Kar, they look very beautiful. And you'll also get Geo 5G network straight away from Debring. So you can also tell your near and dear ones that you are safe and sound. Two Rajasthanis are enjoying some Kaju Katli. Great. The pleasures of 6100 meters. Woo. And we are just sitting behind this cairn. It is just protecting us from the wind. But it's still nice. It's very, very pretty. Now I would also like to talk about my experience of Mount Thugje. This is much easier than Pologonka in terms of the terrain. You know, the terrain is still pretty friendly as compared to Pologonka. But I would still rate it pretty difficult because of the gain that you do. You do some 1350 meters of elevation gain. It is still a 6100 meter peak, so you cannot say that it's just a walking peak. So I would clearly put out a disclaimer here that this is still not a peak for beginners. It would be good if you have some high altitude experience, and then after that, choosing the right way, the window will go a long way in doing these peaks. So if you're hiking with a trek leader, an outdoor leader, or your guide, please listen to them. You know, after watching this video, seeing me and Mohit do it in 4 hours up, 1 hour of rest, and then another couple of hours we'll spend in this landscape, please do not have a direct comparison. Whatever we are doing comes with a lot of practice, number of years that we have given, a good amount of skill set that we have acquired, and then again, as I say, a very, very clear weather day. That is how we are happily standing here on top of the peak at 1:20 p.m. right? So please do not underestimate the landscape and do not overestimate yourself. This is an amazing landscape, an amazing peak. Ladakh is full of such endless opportunities. So yeah, stay safe. Don't let the outdoors bite you. And I hope that you get to do this peak, Thugje. It's beautiful. From Debring, you have a clear line of sight, so you get some very good Geo 4G network. So if you're doing this peak and if you want to inform your near and dear ones, you'll be able to do that. It's very, very good network, calling network as well as good internet. Yeah. Okay, G. So same as yesterday, how we rested on top of the peak for an hour. The same thing we did today. It is 5 hours into hiking to Thugje. Time is 1:16 p.m. and it is some 6 kilometers done. Bidding our goodbye to this nice peak with some magnificent views. Now the objective is to go do another 6,000 meter peak, and then after doing this, we'll just get down back into the valley where we had parked our bikes. But this is Thugje. Now again, the descent is through big slits of stones. They're not slippery, they'll give you good grip, but then they also move, so be very, very careful in choosing the rock. Now we're walking on the saddle. Saddles are usually pretty windy, and you can see Thugje right behind me. So I think it's some less than 200 meter climb for this next peak with no name. We're very close to 6:1, and then see again magnificent views of the freshwater Tso Kar. This was Thugje, the first peak, the amazing north-facing glacier. I know, man, I'm out of breath. Okay, G. So this is our second 6,000er done, and took us 5 hours 46 minutes. So basically took us 45 minutes from Thugje.
So I want just to tell you that it was since we started a bit late, it was very sunny and it was like very warm. So that like initial starting kilometers like were very difficult, just not because of the gradient, because of altitude as well as because of sun. I would say this peak is not easy, but it's safe. Like you don't have to face big boulder fields. You don't. It's not too much scree on the on the like terrain. So it's a like doable peak, but not easy one. Easy one. It's a great day, and again you can see there are no clouds in the entire area. You won't spot even a single cloud. So that's the plus point. And I think the time is around 3 p.m. and still we are here, sitting here very quiet, and like we are not in hurry. So that's only because of the weather.
I'd like to do a quick stats check. So in the last 6 hours and 40 minutes, and that includes everything. This is our moving time. No, sorry, this is our elapsed time. This is not our moving time. So it includes everything, us flying the drone, taking the breaks, climbing up. It is all 7.67 kilometers. Time is 3 p.m. According to my watch, we are at 6120. We have done some 1550 meters of elevation gain and descended down just 220 meters. And Thugje is a great peak. I would say it is a nice vantage point and you get to see so many things around. But I would urge everybody to also come do this peak because you see the prominence of Thugje from this peak. That's the beauty of it. Like when we came here and now when we look back at Thugje, we're like, whoa, did we do that? Bang on, amazing day, 2 peaks, and we're just 50% done. We always take our descents very, very seriously. But today was not as technical as Pologonka, and therefore we thought of spending a little more time. So exactly at 3:02, we are starting our descent. Now there's no fixed trail to these peaks, but we'll still try to mark the most efficient route. Now we are making our way down through a nice steep scree slope. Both me and Mohit feel pretty comfortable in getting down such slopes. It gives you a nice grip. This is so easy on your knees, nice and soft. But requires a good amount of experience. This is Thugje on the side. It's a pretty wide angle right now. But this will be a very, very quick descent. If you see, this was the second peak. The saddle, the sky is absolutely sky blue. So that was the saddle, and now it's too hot.
Too hot even at 4:30.
Yeah.
I think it's 3:30.
Yeah, it's 3:30 p.m. Took us half an hour to get down till 5, 6, 8, 7. And I think this is the basic role of your clothing to regulate your body temperature. So when you feel hot, just remove a layer. When you feel cold, you add up a layer. That's all hiking is all about, I guess, when it comes to clothing. Yeah. And now somewhere here, 5600 meters is where the landscape will become very gradual. Finally, we'll have the green mossy patches to hike through. I think another 10 minutes and we'll be done. So we started from the peak at 3 p.m. Time is 4:34. So it's exactly 1.5 hours. Man, it's so fast. Whew. It's just super quick. So the total elapsed time, with including all the breaks, drone breaks, food breaks, it took us 8 hours and 19 minutes, 8 hours 20 minutes to finish the hike. The distance is almost 14 kilometers. It's 13.90. It was actually a 1551 meter ascent and a 1533 meter descent. So this is all we had from this peak called Thugje and another peak. on the common saddle. But yeah, pretty solid day. And now the plan is to go back to Thugje, and we had dropped some of our stuff in the dhaba or the homestay there. We'll grab that, we'll take a food break, we'll eat something, stop for like 15-20 minutes, and then we'll head all the way to Rumse on the bike. Thank you, G, for watching. Thank you for all your support, and we'll see you in the next one. We wish to do more peaks tomorrow, so we'll keep sharing episodes. But until then, bye bye, Jule.